Welcome back to everyone. And today we are going to see about the SQL views. Okay, so already we have discussed what is views and what is procedure. Okay, so both are doing some query saving process. Okay, it's like that. Okay, so it helps to store your query and we can run whenever we want. Okay, so it's a key features of SQL. Okay, so we can store our written query in views and procedure also. Okay, so the views we can only store whatever we have done in our query. Okay, but procedure we can pass parameters. Okay, so we can pass parameters in procedures. This is the difference between views and procedure. In views we can't pass any parameters. Okay, and parameter means throw the view names. Okay, so we can give the conditions in views. Okay, so but we can't pass the parameter. So that is the difference. Okay, so we can create a variable and we can't pass any variable values inside it. Okay, so that's why I have told we don't have an option for passing parameters in views. Okay, and it's like a temporary table. Okay, so views is like a temporary table. We can use where join. Okay, whatever we want we can use here, and procedures are also we can store the queries, but the exception is we can pass the parameters in procedures. Okay, that is the difference between views and procedures. Okay, so let's see. In SQL, a view is a virtual table. Virtual table means it's a imaginary table, like, okay, so based on the result set. Result set means our output of an SQL statement. Okay, that is in SQL query. A view contains row and columns just like a real table. Okay, so it contains rows and columns according to our query. Okay, we have written some query in views. Okay, it fetch the data. uh, okay, so it fetch the data and it has like a our normal table, like rows and columns. Okay, so the fields in the view are fields from one or more real tables in the database. Okay, so you can add SQL functions like where and join statements to the view, but we can't connect two more procedures like using joins or whatever it is. Okay, so but we can join the views by using joins. Okay, so we can join uh, then to view and present the data as if the data were coming from one single table. Okay. So note, a view always show up to the data. Okay. So the database engine recreates the data using the views SQL statement. SQL statement means SQL query. So every time a user queries a view, it returns only the up to the data, because uh, we have created a view in a past date or to our 1 month before, but now I'm going to fetch the data from views. Okay, so it goes and fetch the data from original table and shows to us. That's all. That is the view. Okay, so let's see here. This is the view syntax. That is simple syntax. Okay, so first just type create view and your view name, then as, then you can pass your SQL statement or query. Okay, so both are same, you can pass your SQL query. That's all. So let's see a couple of examples on views. Okay, I'm going to open a new query. Okay, and here I'm going to type some queries. Okay, so select star from customers. I'm going to run this. We have some data, right? So here I'm going to fetch only uh, for who are all the customers from USA. I'm going to filter them. Okay, so like where country equal to USA. Okay, so we have 13 data, right? And I'm going to store this query. Okay, I'm going to create a view for this query. Okay, so just type create view, and you have to give your view name, and here I'm going to give USA. Okay, that's my view name, and as that's all. Okay, so now the query has been stored in USA. Okay, so whenever you want, you can call USA and you can fetch the details. Okay, for this query only, it creates a virtual table. Okay, it's create a virtual table. So what are the column you have mentioned here? Okay, it only returns that value and create a virtual table. That's all. Okay, so I'm going to run this. So now the view has created. Okay, I'll show in the object explorer. ARSC. So before that, I'm going to refresh my server. Yeah, databases, and here ARSC. So now you can see views, right? So we have USA here. Okay, we have USA here, and if you want to fetch the data from USA, okay, that's a view, right? So view is act as a virtual table with the SQL statement. Okay, so if you want to take the data from USA, just select star from USA. That's all. Okay, so I'm going to run this. Now you get the same 13 data. Okay, so the USA act as a virtual table. Okay, so with the help of SQL statement which we have inserted while creating a view. Okay, and here you can do the table properties. Okay, so you can do the real table properties in USA view. Okay, so if you want to grab some datas, okay, so if you want to some datas like, so yeah, where I'm going to grab overall name start with S. Okay, what are the names start with S in customer's name column? Okay, so I'm going to do customer name like, and here you have to give two percentage symbol and just put S, or if you want to start from S, you have to give like this. If you want to print who or what are the names contains S character in their name, you can give like this. If you want to print who are all the names end with S, you can give like this. Okay, so I'm going to print what are the names are start with S. Okay, so now you can see here, so we have only two rows. Okay, and it only returns the value based on, okay, it only returns the value based on the query which we have stored in our view. Okay, so view is act as a virtual table, and it only contains what query we have inserted or we have uh, written while creating a query. Okay, it fetch the data according to the query, and further we can use joins, and we can use some table properties like count the value, and you can also print whatever column you want, you can print. Okay, and so you can do joins also. So here I'm going to join, select start from USA. USA is my view, right? So I'm going to give a name A, and here I'm going to give left join. So I'm going to join a customer table with this view. Okay, so now you can understand better. So what is view and how to use it. If you want to grab some data in same table with two different conditions, you can use views. Okay, then you can join both view and your table, then you can retrieve your data. Okay, yeah, here I'm going to give left join, then customers, I'm going to give B. Okay, on A dot customer ID equal to B dot customer ID. Okay, so I'm going to run this. So now we have get only 13 data because the USA has only 13 records, right? So it contains only what are the customers in USA, right? So what are the customers from USA? Okay, then it returns that only. Okay, so we have 13 rows. Okay, so it's a left side table. I'm going to join to customers because we have a left side. Left join is used to fetch the data from the reference of left side table, right? Here we have only 13 data in left side table, and here customer we have 91 data. It returns only the 13 data. Okay, so you can see here the customer name, contact name, address, city, and also you can see here the customer name, contact name, and address, city, postal code. Okay, so you can use what, so it acts as same as your table. You can retrieve the data, and you can do cases, and you can do aggregate functions, you can do group by functions. So whatever you want you can do here. The only restriction is the data retrieves only based on your statement which we have given in your view. Okay, that's all. So let's see. So if you want to alterate your view, okay, if you want to alterate your view, click USA, then scripters, then here you can see update, insert, select, drop, alter. Okay, alter to, and click new query editor window. So now you can edit your view. Okay, here you can edit your view. I'm going to give Brazil. So just click F5. Okay, so now the view has altered. Okay, so has changed, right? So now you can run here. So here it returns only 9 rows. Okay, so the record all are from Brazil. Okay, so you can edit your view also. Okay, so but we can't pass any parameters. Okay, and here we have create. You can take the create query from your view, and you can also take alter query, and here you can also create and alter both queries. Okay, so drop means you can drop your view, and here you can drop and create. Okay, so it drops the view and creates new view. Okay, and select into statement, it's just a select statement what we have seen in the previous window. Okay, so this is insert into an update and deleted query. Okay, so you can use these links and get the scripts or query. Okay, and these are about views. Okay, so do you have any doubt in view?
No, sir.
Have you all start your projects?
Yes, sir, we are trying.
Yeah. Okay, so next we'll go with procedure. Okay, next we'll go with procedure, and procedure is important topic. Okay, so if you go with your web application, or if you're go with your Windows application or Android applications, the procedures are playing major role. Okay, so procedures is used to pass your parameters and fetch some data what format you want. Okay, that is a procedure. So all of the web developers and embedded developers and okay, so all of them using procedures to do their web applications. Okay, so the procedure helps to get the records what format you want. Okay, and you can pass your parameters. If we take like I want to get a particular employee attendance details. Okay, so I want to get a particular employee attendance details. So I have to pass their ID, right? So I have to pass their ID or name. Okay, so what is the key feature? I have to pass it. Okay, there is a parameter, and the procedure helps to return what format we need or what format the company give us. Okay, so the companies are giving some format for employee records, right? Okay, so we can modify the records into that format, and we can store the data into the procedures. Okay, and we can pass the parameters into procedure, and we can fetch the data. Let's see how to do. Okay, SQL stored procedures. Stored procedures means we can create and store a procedure in our database, right? So a stored procedure is a prepared SQL code that you can save, so the code can be reused over and over again. Okay, so we can use multiple times, right? So if you have an SQL query that you write over and over again, save it as a stored procedure. Okay, and then just call it to execute it. That's all. Okay, and you can also pass parameters to a stored procedure, and so that the stored procedure can act based on the parameter values that is passed. Okay, that's a dynamic query. We can change the query based on our parameters. We can fetch the data based on our parameter. Okay, first we will see without parameter, and then we'll pass parameter, how to pass it and how to create it. We will see that. Okay, and this is your syntax of stored procedure, right? So create procedure, same what we have seen in the view statement. Okay, so simple create procedure and procedure name, then us and your SQL statement. Statement means your query, then give go. That's all. Okay, and if you want to pass parameters, okay, you need to. Okay, so if you want to pass a parameter or multiple parameters, okay, so you have to give the variable name and parameter data type in here. Before the as operator, you can give here with spaces. So you can see my cursor. Okay, you can see, you can give here, right? So let's see how to do that. And if you want to execute a stored procedure, you have to give exec and procedure name. Okay, uh, in pivot table, dynamic pivot table class, we have seen this exec operator, right? And there we are using open and close parenthesis for passing variable. Okay, and here you have not used your parenthesis. You have to pass directly your procedure name. Okay, that's all. Let's see how to do that. Yeah, here I'm going to delete this. So I'll do some queries. Okay, some lengthy queries. Here I'm going to first give orders. Okay, then as a, then I'm going to left join. Okay, so I'm going to give a left join. Then I'm going to connect orders tape detail, that is B, and here I'm going to pass a dot um, order ID and equal to b dot order ID. Okay, so left join, and here I'm going to pass customers. Yeah, then C, then on a dot customer ID and equal to b dot customer ID. Oh, that's all. Sorry, that is C dot customer ID, C dot customer ID. Okay, and here I'm going to join product table, left join. Okay, products D on. So we have product ID in order detail table. Okay, so B dot order detail, not, that is product ID equal to D dot product ID. That's all. And after that, we have added product ID, and here in product ID we have category and also shippers ID, then employee ID. Okay, let's connect left join. So employee, okay, that is E on a, we have employed in a order table, right? I think so. Yeah, we have it, and equal to E dot employee ID. This, oh, here I give yes. I want to change E, and here E dot, that is employee ID. We get employee details, and here I'm going to connect category, and that is F on. Um, we have category ID in product table. Okay, so D dot product ID equal to F dot, oh, that is category ID. Okay, I have to connect category ID and equal to F dot category ID. That's all. Okay, then we are going to add one more table, that is shippers table, and that is FG. Okay, on shippers are in orders table, I think so. Shipper ID, we have it, and equal to G dot shipper ID. Okay, so finally we have one more table, that is suppliers table. I'm going to give I on. I'm going to check. So where is my supplier? I think so. It is in product area. Yeah, we have it, and equal to I dot supplier ID, right? Yeah, we have. So now we have connected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tables. Okay, so I'm going to uh, give some columns. What column I need? Okay, I'm going to pass here. So first I'm going to give a customer name, and here order order ID, and a dot order ID, because we have order ID in both tables, order detail and orders. Okay, that's why I'm specifying A. Okay, A is in orders, right? Then next, contact name, and then next product product name, and then next. So here I'm going to add category, comma, category. Where is it? Yeah, F dot category name. Okay, and here product name we have added, quantity added. So here we need to add quantity. So I'm going to multiply quantity, or just I'm going to print quantity price. Here just okay, price, and shippers, shipper name, and supplier name, and employee name. That's all. These details I have fetched. So here we have some error. Okay, what is employee name? Invalid column name. What happened here? Employee ID. The table name is E. Okay, E dot. Yeah, first name and last name. Oh, that is the problem. And E dot last name. Okay, that is employee name. So ambitious column contact name. I have received. Okay, so customer is a C dot C. Yeah, we get the details, right? So we get the details from customers to supplier. So we have category, product name, quantity, prices, shipper name, supplier name. and employee name also. Okay, then so I'm going to give some conditions where, okay, where employee, like I'm going to copy the employee name which I have given here. I'm going to copy this, or you can just give here, or you can just give like this. First name is not null because some of the data I have, I didn't inserted here. Okay, so that's why I have given gave first name is not null. Okay, so then here I'm going to pass some parameter. Okay, then I give and then I'm going to pass country. Okay, I'm going to pass country equal to at country. Okay, so at country is a variable. Okay, normally if you're passing a variable you have to declare that, right? So here you have to declare that, declare at country envar character and max. Okay, and after that you have to set it, right? Set okay, and this is my query. Okay, so have you guys listening?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And this is my query. Okay, so I have added some tables here. Okay, and then I have given first name is not null and also country equal to at country, that is my variable. Okay, so here I'm going to declare that. So declare at country envar character max, and now I'm going to set at country equal USA. Okay, so country is ambitious column. Okay, so you have to specify the. I'm going to specify C dot country. Then now we get the answer. Okay, so we get customer name, contact name, category name, product and quantity. So employee name. Okay, so we have get some datas, right? So in normally you have declared like this. Okay, so now we are going to create a procedure. Okay, so now we are going to create a procedure, and here just give create procedure. Okay, create procedure, then give your variable here. So before that, here you have to specify your name, your procedure name. Okay, so I'm going to give report. Okay, I'm going to give just a report. Okay, then after that you have to remove this because we are going to pass the variables while calling your procedure, right? Here this is the syntax. First you have to give create procedure, then procedure name and your parameter. Okay, if you want to add one more parameter, just give comma, then add one more parameter, that's all. Okay, here just give us. Okay, so now press F5, your procedure has created. Okay, and I'm going to delete the entire query. Okay, if you want to run your procedure, just type exec, then your procedure name. Okay, so I'm going to run this. It gives error, I think so, because it shows procedure or function report express parameter at country, okay, which was not supplied. Okay, we have not supplied our parameter, we have to give that. Okay, here I'm going to pass USA. So that's all. Okay, if you are added one more parameter, just give comma, then pass your value here, and the value should be in order which you have given in your procedure. Okay, so the same order you have to follow here, right? So run this. Now we get the detail. Okay, so now we get the detail for USA. Okay, then I'm going to change into Brazil. So these are the datas are in Brazil customers. Okay, so let's see our procedure. So I'm going to refresh this. Yeah, then here AC, then programmability. So you have to find your procedure in here. Programmable your databases and your programmability, and click store procedure. So you can see here report we have created procedure, right? And then right click it, then click modify, and here you can make your changes. Okay, so here I'm going to add country column. Okay, then you can see here. Okay, this is your alter procedure query. Okay, just if you want to alter your procedure, just click your procedure name, right click your procedure name, then give modify your procedure. That's all. Okay, so the window will like this. Okay, then now you have to change your column c dot country, then simple, press F5. So now our procedure has modified. Okay, so then now you can see country here. Okay, so here I have passed it Brazil. Okay, the country value is Brazil, and I'm going to change into UK. I'm going to run this. So now you can see here, so the values are in UK. Okay, so this is the stored procedure. Okay, so you can pass the single line from your Python code. You can use this single line in your Python code and fetch these details and process it. Okay, so we will see in Monday how to connect SQL into Python. Okay, then we will see how to fetch the data from SQL using procedures. Okay, it is simple, right? So you have to type these entire query and compare into this single line. It is more simple, right? So we can use repeatedly. Okay, so you can use multiple times. Here I have given UK's. I'm going to copy and paste here, and here I'm going to give USA. Okay, so now I'm going to run this. So we get two results, right? So one is USA and one is UK. Okay, you can do multiple times. Okay, again and again you can use your procedure, and it is more important in SQL concepts. Okay, so procedure is more important in SQL concepts. Okay, so do you have any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, and thank you all. I hope you are all submit your project on Monday. Okay, so I think so. And if you have any doubts, please ask me. I'll help you. Okay, so and thank you all.
Thank you, sir.